Hey everybody, so here's an out-of-box review. This time we're looking at the Imperial TIE Fighters from AMT ERTL. Over here on the side we got a few pictures of the actual kit parts. The Death Star base is looking like it's going to be pretty cool. I have been reading up on the accuracy of this, and everybody is saying that it's pretty good overall. Not too much over here, a little more artwork. That I got this sealed is kind of cool. I'm happy about that. You know, back in '77, this is the model I really wanted, and it's only in the last 8 months that I found out that this was released 12 years ago, almost 13 years ago now. So it was a bit of a surprise, and I came across this on eBay for a reasonable price. So I figured, what the heck, since I've got a few of the studio scales in-house, it'd be good to have a couple alternate scales as well. So let's take a look at what we get here. So it's not a box that you open up and there's barely any plastic in it. This is fairly full. Always a nice sign. So the stands look to be clear, and you got the standard cockpit glass and the top hatch glass in clear plastic. One big bag for everything. Subscription offer for Blue Printer, little booklet, and the Star Wars Fan Club. So let's take a look at the booklet here. Though it is more of a fold out. So the directions are looking fairly simple. All of 8 entire steps to them. So we got some color calls here, so that'll help out on my studio scales. So let's open up the plastic and see what we're getting here. I'll try not to let the camera wander too much. Sorry about that if it does. So the base is just one piece. Some interesting details. I recognize the standard girder, but all the other pieces look to be somewhat unique. The lines here are scribed, they're not sticking out, which is definitely good. It almost looks like they did some cool shade detailing there. So 2 of the same sprue. Yep, entirely. So most of the body here. I suppose for the size, these details are pretty good, though they're looking a little soft from this angle. I'll have to compare this to my studio scale version. I know that the cockpit is entirely inaccurate. So these are not the same sprue. They are in fact 2 different ones. Put together, just mirrors of each other. Details on the body are definitely soft on the lower hull. And I suppose overall they could be a bit crisper, but for ERTL I wouldn't expect too much more. Here's an important piece. That's definitely a pretty cool way to print it. Well, since this one just broke off anyway. So the details on the wings look pretty good. It's going to be a very difficult masking job. And this is definitely one model where I will fight my habit of just ripping the sprue off and actually take a slice to it, because these details here are going to be really delicate and very difficult to repair. So that's definitely a huge piece of attachment point there that's going to have to be cut off. So that's pretty cool. And we get a few greeblies, not too many. The pilot is definitely inaccurate. I don't know why they bothered doing that there. I kind of doubt there's that much of a chair going on, but I guess they got to sit in something. And this is another case where they just took a mirror of it for some reason. No? Looks like they just flipped these 2 pieces for whatever reason. So let me go and get my studio scale or some parts of that, and we'll take a look at how this compares. That's definitely an interesting size comparison. This wing is 17 tall, so that probably puts this right about 6 or so is my bet. See, 6, 12, and another 4, 16, 17. So right about in there. All told, it's just about as wide as the cockpit itself on the studio scale. So I'm definitely glad to have this as not only a comparison for details, not that this will be as accurate as this larger one, but also to have multiple scales of any given thing is really handy when you want to film it like I do. So yeah, I guess that's mostly it. This is definitely a cool little wing. That's going to last and stand up to a lot of abuse. It looks pretty solid. So I guess that's pretty much it. If you come across one of these, and definitely bigger is better, I think, in this model's case. But another thing I should note is that this model is not in scale to any other Star Wars model that came out in plastic. So that's definitely disappointing. It would have been nice if, you know, the X-Wing was in scale with this, in scale with Vader. Let me go and get Vader's TIE Fighter. So Vader's TIE Fighter here is, I'm pretty sure, 135. And clearly this guy is not the same. Maybe it's closer to 148, 150. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that it's an oddball scale. So that's definitely a disappointment. I am very confident that I can fit some lights in here. So whether it's one LED running some fiber optics to the guns in the engine, or multiple LEDs, we'll see about that. I'll also have to figure out how I want to power it. It looks like I'll be able to fit a couple magnets in the arms to hold the wings on. I did that on Vader's TIE Fighter here too, but the way the fit went, I really had to glue them down, unfortunately. It would have been nice to have had this take apartable, but so there are magnets also holding the seams together, but the seams were just too bad to warrant just magnets, and it looks like the same for this guy too, that just doesn't want to hold together. So I guess that's pretty much it for this one. So have fun, take care, happy modeling, see ya.